All right, so y'all guys, I did a video yesterday. It's called "What Is Global," and you know, I was just trying to say, like, how we're gonna get to success might be unconventional. Um, you know, ways that we were working on in the past, and then people destroy it because it's unholy, right? Despite because people really care. I care about the foundation of how things are built, right? And we already know one of the funnels to black wealth in this country is just through sports and music. And it was supposed to be through manufacturing and construction for men. Like, kudos to God. We went to the other side for one good run. But one thing that I learned as a woman, I need to look out for myself because, like I said, a lot of these guys, even if they FBA and Native American and American and veteran, are not the same. And also just as a woman, I don't believe a lot of the jobs that were taken from us were in construction or manufacturing, and even so, it wasn't really truly just given to the guys in totality. Um, I believe that it's maybe I honestly I feel like maybe the immigrants that are already here had a shot, right? Um, than us. Um, it is just my honest to God opinion. H-1B visas in the technical industry, um, it nothing changed. um, and so that's just my take on it. Um, and I want to talk to the people coming up that might be dealing with scrutiny, um, and flip flopping and being froggy, right? Especially in the political climate it is now. I'll give you all a story, right? So I worked at this job. It was a guy named Steven, and I couldn't for the life of me get this guy to like me. I mean, this guy just like literally hated me. Like he was like everything I did. Like I tried to be nice, I even like tried to go to lunch with him and all of that stuff. Um and then out of nowhere, y'all, um out of nowhere he started being really nice. And I was like, finally, Steven likes me. And I didn't even have to do anything. I said maybe something happened to him or somebody talked to him. Come to find out, y'all, after all these months, the only reason why he was nice to me is because he knew they were gonna let me go from the contract the next day. And one of the things that it taught me about people, and I'm thinking about this. I don't know if y'all grew up watching Recess, and same thing happened to him. Oh boy, that was almost literally perfect. And on Recess on the playground, and he did everything for this kid to like him, and he just didn't like him. And sometimes it's like that, and sometimes there's hidden motives, hidden reasons that we really can't. I really don't want to get into right now. And instead of sometimes we try to make our enemies like us, and and they know in their mind what they want you to be, right? They already know in their minds they can't really be, they can't really f with you on that kind of level, right? They don't feel safe being in that with a certain level of vicinity of you, right? So who knows? It could be historical, ancestral reasons. It could be they've had bad experiences and stuff like that, or things that they've heard, right? And so some what I've learned as an adult, sometimes there are just really good barometers, right? To let you know what's the climate of what's going on in whatever environment or situation that you're in. And that sometimes in certain ways it's healthy, because if somebody really don't like you, like, there's nothing that you can do about it. Like, There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. If they're, when you create an agenda, you have to look at, you remember I was telling y'all about the simplest things, and remember key factors, right? In why you're doing what you're doing, right? And I understand in life there's sometimes that we have to take risk. Like say, like a lot of people in our community truly do have conservative views, but really don't want to completely go jump on that side because of historical racism, right? Um, and you could, and not all of them think like that, but the outcome uh, of what's going on, and then you have the other side that throws you a cookie here and there, and that's um and it's just, I mean, that cookie is better than no cookie, y'all. I'll tell you that. um and it requires, on that side, it requires our own, us to do our own work, really, on ourselves, versus um handling it, our policing ourselves, versus trying to rely on government assistance in maneuvering around people, right? And so it's it's interesting, right? So um what I'm saying is that, like what I said, in what is global, right, is like, you you gotta you gotta be okay with being number one. It was like a social experiment that I felt like went on for years. Like, putting up the peace sign was like everything. The peace sign, everybody was wanting two, 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 two. Nobody wants to be number one. Number one is boss. Number one is a winner, because two is not a winner, and three nobody remembers. Okay, I learned that from Nelly, y'all. Nobody wants to be number one. Nobody wants the real, true number one seat, right? Everybody wants to do two or three or whatever. Nobody really wants to be number one, right? I was talking about music, and more women that look like me, and music has been prominent now, right? All of a sudden, but the work is not nearly as good as the girls that were kept back. So you want to push these girls that are mediocre, and you're okay with that because they're mediocre. You're not going to push that girl that is really number one, right? We're not talking about special number one. We're talking about really truly number one, right? You're not going to push that girl. You want the mediocre. You want to push the mediocre girls, right? Because you feel comfortable in your position, and with pushing the mediocre people. You don't want to push the number one, the real true number one, right? And nowadays, like within music, you gotta find those chicks, right? Because they, you don't have to. They don't intimidate, people on a higher level, right? Musically, and this is just not even in music. This is just corporate all the way. Narcissists that do that, like that's what they do, right? And so, just going back to that story, you got to be okay with having enemies. You got to be okay with people not liking you. And then also, some people are really not supposed to like you. Some people are really not supposed to like you. Like, I don't want someone that's sick in the head to like me. I don't want to have to kiss up to somebody that is a different level of sick, right? Um, that's just an example, right? Um, I'm not looking for to be friends with Freddy Cougar, right? On that level, because I mean, he's from hell. He's gonna eventually kill you, right? I don't care if we rock the same sweaters and hug it out and go out to eat and everything. In the back of my mind, I know you're Freddy Cougar if it really comes down to it, right? So it's like, it's that your closet's gonna come out, and you're gonna get excited and get a kick out of, you know cutting my head off, right? So it's not even about uh uh it's not even about like a justice in any justice or whatever in any type of form. It's really about you're gonna get a kick out of cutting my head off. And I don't know what and at the same time, because they might remember something from my people from years and years ago that has absolutely nothing. I don't even know about it, right? Like it's and I'm having to pay for it, right? So it's so I what I've learned is sometimes y'all really got to be okay with like people not liking you, and it says in the Bible, um, gosh, what was it that when they were trying to accuse Jesus of witchcraft, you know, and they don't, because that's what I was trying to tell you. They prefer mediocre. They don't want number one. They don't want Jesus Christ, and they were trying to convince him of of witchcraft. And Jesus, literally told him, you can't uh, uh, it'll be a house can't be divided. A house cannot stand. It'll be divided, right? Um, it's just common sense, like not common sense. That's biblical sense. That that you know trying to play. I like I told you with this political stuff, I'm very hopscotch. You can't sit there and keep trying to play in your mind like you always got to go back to basics, have that basic instinct, and not make everything and really realize what it stuff is for what it is, right? And not play yourself. Because respect, I don't care about respect. I don't care about respect. I never forget, what was it, from some certain people. It was what Nori and Kanye, was no, Alicia Keys. I don't give two ish about somebody that don't respected me in a certain sense, if we're enemies like that. Like I don't care. I really honestly don't care. If you don't like me like that, why would I don't give two rats if you don't respect me in a certain way, cuz I really honestly should not be around you if you don't anyways, and that's a good sign to stay away from a certain person like that, right? That or or whatever enmity, whatever hostility and stuff like that. I'm a green person. I whatever I need to do, if it's on some business stuff, that's perfectly fine with me. I'm a green person. Whatever you need to say, whatever you need to do in order to uh rep your set or whatever, that's completely fine with me, right? um the only people that I care about liking me is people that uh really that could actually love me, that could actually really like me. Because there's honestly, y'all guys, there's some people that are just not gonna like you, and you honestly, as an adult, you should be okay with it. You should be okay with it. And then there's some people that you really need to get out the way, right? If it's really that bad, there's some people you need to figure out how to get them out the way. But other than that, uh, you know it's copacetic over here. I'm not gonna just be like immature and not be cordial, and not be respectful on my end. But I will no longer, I've no longer ever just expected people just to like me, right? It's either you hang or you don't. You with it or you're not, or you lost. And that's just what it is. And there's nothing foolish in being number one. I don't care what the media or whatever these people want to say to you. There is nothing wrong with being number one. There's nothing wrong with being global and being the lead, and you being the leader of your own industries and stuff like that. These people want to sit there and say, "Oh, streetwear," and "Oh, this card is." I don't get it. Let him be number one. Like, let them be number one. Like, why is it that what's wrong? Why does he got to have only a good job? Why can't he be have a business and be able to give people jobs, right? Like, no, be number one. Be number one and be okay with being number one, because being number one is going to get a lot of static. Being number one, you're not going to get liked a lot by a lot of people. There's a lot of haters, but if you know you're number one, you're number one, and God's blessed you with that, because there's a lot of people that really honestly would rather be have your life in your position than where they're at, right? And so you just always got to be mindful of that and not look at it as like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Why don't they like me? Blah, 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 blah. Just sometimes you just really don't got to care, because there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. And the only time they're going to like you is when you're down and when you're out the way. And that's what I'm saying. So don't get caught up in, my leaders out there, don't get caught up in people. If you know you're doing the Lord's work, don't get caught up in someone liking you or not. That should be the last of your concern. If you know that if especially if you can sense certain motives that about stuff about you that you can't change. You know what I mean? Like, so. But anyways, y'all. I know I probably sound like blah 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 blah. you know. Because and that just reminds me, I was like embarrassed, like I should know that verse by heart, that Bible verse that I was talking about. I should really know it by heart. That's why, um honestly, I feel like God was kind of like put me in this situation to like force me to get into the Word and to get wisdom, um and so I need to get back into reading my Bible, y'all. Like, remember, I told you I was going to do the four Gospels in the New Testament. That was my goal. So I'm gonna get back on it. If you've seen my other videos, I did commentary on a lot of the Bible, especially the New Testament already. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But anyways, y'all, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, y'all have a good night or good morning, wherever.